So guys, this is a really special video. I'm here with Marcus from PC Centric, and he has spent the last week putting together a custom PC for this channel. So I've not seen the PC, you guys haven't seen the PC, and we're going to do this together. We are finally doing it. So PC is there, PC is plugged in, on and ready. So without any further ado, this is weeks and weeks of work and communication. Let's take a look at what he's done. So this is it. My first reaction was something along the lines of, Marcus, what have you done? But in this case I meant that in only the best way. This is a very capable machine. We've got a Ryzen 1800X, 32GB of RAM and the MSI GTX 1070. But there is a lot more here than the base specifications and what originally meets the eye. So let's see what Marcus has to say about it.
So essentially what we've got here is Corsair's 570X. And this is a tempered glass case. So it's all nice and sturdy. But the cool thing is it's completely RGB. At the moment we've configured it to the Mr. Who's the Boss colours, but very cleverly you can set different profiles and then change the lighting accordingly.
So within more or less a few clicks you can completely configure the colour profile of the Corsair HD Fans as well as the Corsair Vengeance RAM inside. And it's really quite an innovative solution. With your PC alone you can almost set the entire ambience in the room. You can go all out bling, set everything to multicoloured rainbow flashes, or with a couple more clicks you could be gently pulsating between blue and white, which is the setting we've got here. Now something I was particularly impressed by is the sophistication of the lighting software. You can really tell with this that Corsair is not joking around when it comes to LEDs. You can even go as far as to set the LEDs inside the PC to react according to the temperature of your CPU. Everything is linked together here. You could make the lighting static, you could make it dynamic, you could even make it dance to the music around you. So as well as the PC, Marcus has carefully selected the M65 Pro mouse. This not only fits the blue and white colour scheme, but is optimised for gaming. It has a sensitivity of 12,000 dpi and is also completely compatible with Corsair's lighting products. He's then paired that with the K95 Platinum mechanical keyboard, which has pretty much every gaming feature in the book. It even uses the fairly recently released MX speed switches, which are pretty much optimized for gaming. And after having used it for a bit, I'd say that if you spend most of your time on your computer writing, you're probably better off with the MX green switches, but in terms of gaming, nothing I've tried in the past feels this responsive. This already pretty impressive duo is then completed with Corsair's RGB mouse mat. And you might be thinking, that sounds like the biggest waste of money I've ever heard of. And in some senses, if you are on a budget, this is far from the first thing you need to buy. Having said that, if you are in a situation where you've got your PC all together and you've got a bit of budget to spare, this is such a cool way of lighting up your desk. Using Corsair software, you can link together the keyboard, the mouse and the mouse mat together to literally form one coherent object. You can create effects that actually work between them, and when you combine this with what you can already do with the fans and the RAM inside, the effects are spectacular.
So editing really is the aim of the game here. This is an editing PC. So we've set up a little test here. We've got a 1-minute file. It's 4K and you're going to output in 4K. It's Resolve, and at the moment your exports take around about half an hour or so. This is a 1-minute file. Would you like to press the render button? And you can see now it is double real time. It's going to do it in around about 30 seconds for a 1-minute file taken from a RED camera.
So due to the combination of the GTX 1070 and the Ryzen 1800X, this thing literally tears through video editing. That was the PC's primary purpose, and it can literally render files about 5 to 6 times faster than my MacBook Pro can. Bear in mind though that we are using different software. This is DaVinci Resolve. On my MacBook Pro I'm using Final Cut Pro, and even though Final Cut Pro is widely considered to be a very optimized video editor, this thing was a world apart in terms of performance. Now when it comes to gaming, this is not exactly a super high-end PC. The combination of CPU, GPU and RAM make this somewhat of an upper mid-range product. Having said that, let's hand over to Marcus to see what he has to say about it.
For gaming, realistically the 1070 is a fantastic card. It's one of the best sort of price performance cards you can get. And you're running an ultra-wide monitor here and playing something like Crysis 3, not only is it going to look fantastic, but you're going to get really smooth frame rates as well.
So we tried gaming on a 34-inch ultra-wide monitor, which is just over half the resolution of 4K, and for the most part it was an awesome experience. We were getting about 60 frames per second on just about every title on high settings. So in terms of gaming, yes, it's not ultimate, but at the same time it's doing just about everything we need. Guys, that's the PC. So a huge thanks to Corsair and MSI who sent out most of the parts that made this possible.
And if you want to learn a little bit more about everything in the system, why everything was chosen, how it performs and how it overclocks, then do come over to PC Centric, my channel, where you can learn just that.
Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm Steve, who's the boss, he's PC Centric, and we're signing out.